Our climate is shaped by the long-term patterns of temperature, rainfall, winds, and snowfall. These determine the distribution for every ecosystem on the planet and allow us to inhabit places where the conditions for life are most favorable. Increases in greenhouse gas concentrations are changing weather patterns, causing changes to Earth's ecosystems and bringing into question not only their survival, but our own.
The best known and longest record of atmospheric CO2 concentration, the Keeling curve from Hawaii, it is accelerating in terms of the concentration of CO2 in the atmosphere. It's only going to be 2 or 3 years and we're going to be at 400 ppm. I see us approaching 500 ppm in a relatively short period of time. Once you start increasing atmospheric greenhouse gas concentrations above those equilibrium states that we've seen in the past to maintain a stable climate, then the climate system will become unstable as it tries to move to some new form of state. And what we don't know, of course, is that as we do that, we push it over some tipping point.
If atmospheric carbon dioxide continues to increase at current rates, scientific scenarios predict a critical future for life on Earth.
I see a situation arising, as I think many other environmental scientists do, of a perfect storm starting to appear on the horizon. And that is one of a rapidly growing population, a significant and ongoing depletion of natural resources, a degradation of the access to such things as fresh water, clean air, and access to environments to provide us with our basic staple foods. All those three systems are under immense pressure and threat.
And we're looking at a collision course and a series of shocks that just one separate challenge in terms of food security, water security, energy security is enough to really cause real problems within any nation. It doesn't matter which one.
Wars will break out because there's not enough resources such as water. If we get a global warming event, a heating of the earth in places that creates more droughts. We will get environmental refugees by the millions, potentially.
Energy, population growth, food supply, loss of biodiversity, degradation of key fundamental systems that underpin life itself on the planet. You've got to ask yourself, how long can we continue to go down the path we're going before there is one almighty bloody crunch?
With current climate trends continuing, we are very likely to see the extinction of many species, some of which, like corals, underpin an entire ecosystem and support a huge biomass that millions of humans depend on.
There's going to be a broad spectrum of impacts of climate change on humanity. Really no one is going to be sheltered or immune from any impact, whether that be changes in storminess or tropical cyclone occurrence, increased prevalence of drought, or coastal inundation with sea level rise. And those effects are not going to stop at 2050 or 2100. They will go on for many, many centuries after that. For example, sea level rise is likely to continue as a result of thermal expansion of the ocean for at least 500 to 1,000 years if we were able to hold warming to 2 degrees. So there's some really fundamental questions there that need to be addressed in how we plan to mitigate and build resilience into our community and our society.